Folks, and welcome back to another episode of your Brains Coach podcast. My name is Shurina. I'm your host, I'm your Brains Coach, and it is my job here to bring to you all the best brain body tools so you feel, look, and do your best. So your brain makes the best possible decision for your life, and you know how to help the brain to do better. So this is basically the mission of this podcast. Today, folks, as you guessed, we are talking about nutrition for a focused, motivated, productive brain. And, yesterday, so we're going to start with the story again. Yesterday, I was watching Instagram and I was checking out some marketing people, influencers and business people. And I follow Russell Brunson a lot because ClickFunnels are just blowing up, and almost everyone you probably know and follow use ClickFunnels for their book launches or their product launches or their courses launches. They're that good. Tony Robbins uses them. I don't know, Lady Boss, Organifi, Dave Asprey. So many people who probably are not saying that they're using them, but they actually are multi-million-dollar businesses, right? They use their technology. So Russell Brunson, I follow him because he gives a lot of really great advice on his social media. And yesterday I opened up his account. I'm like, Russell is cooking. That is something new. And guess what he was cooking? He was cooking a 55-gram protein pancakes. So there is this pancake mix with the protein powder, and then he added some high protein yogurt and high protein cereal. Those they also make those, not Russell Brunson, but there is a company, Magic Spoon, that created this high protein breakfast cereal, also no added sugars. And he was cooking that pancake, speaking about how entrepreneurs very often, we don't have much time to eat, especially at our beginning building phase. So when we are really hungry to build something great, right? Food is kind of secondary concern. I'm like, just speed it up. And he was talking how it takes him about 5 minutes to make that pancake. 5-10 minutes. He cooked it right there on the video, and it really took just a few minutes. So 55 grams of protein. Why protein is so important, folks? By the way, Russell Brunson said that he has some form of ADHD. Probably a lot of entrepreneurs and doers have, to be honest. We always want to start. I don't think I have ADHD, but I always want to start this and that and that. Although managing to focus on the right thing when I need to. And so why protein? Again, why protein? Why is he eating a lot of protein? By the way, Alex Hormozi, if you know that guy, always focuses on the protein a lot. A lot of entrepreneurs who are not into nutrition, they don't speak about a lot about what they eat. But when you kind of watch them for a long time and you see what they eat, they all emphasize protein. And why is protein important, again, for your brain, for getting things done? Well, one of the major getting things done molecules in the brain, dopamine, is made of specific amino acid that is readily available in animal-based protein, like specifically very rich is chicken, but then also we have things like salmon and beef and the dairy and products and eggs. On the plant side, we only have tofu that is kind of higher, even though much lower than animal products. And so eating enough of all those amino acids, and specifically L-tyrosine, and just eating enough protein in general is very important for creation of neurotransmitters, because your neurotransmitters are made of that, folks. They're made of protein. Your serotonin also is made of protein, another amino acid, L-tryptophan, that is found especially abundantly in things like chicken or turkey, but also other animal sources of protein in lesser amounts, and plant-based kingdom not so much, right? So protein. Most of the folks who I watch who do a lot, they really focus on their protein amount. And when I see a lot of people who don't have a lot of drive to achieve, and folks, if you want to make something great happen, you want to have the drive. And the drive molecule is made of protein. Again, now there is a whole lot of other things that are needed to make it. But to make it consistently, there is no doubt about it. One thing you need to cover is higher amounts of protein. Higher, I mean mostly higher for most of you who are even on this podcast. When I coach people, when I consult people, the first thing I ask them, walk me through the day of food. And like 90% of people do not eat enough protein. Like not at all, maybe half of what they are supposed to be eating, but not nowhere near enough to at least have the capability, give your brain the capability to create everything the brain needs for the drive, right? For the molecule of motivation of getting things done that dopamine is. Now, protein is not just important for making your dopamine. Protein is also important for things like satiety regulation, so you don't feel hungry. I know you say that feeling hungry and cranky, and for a lot of people, hunger would manifest as a little bit of anxiety, and also for some people, it's a little bit of brain fog and lower in energy and not wanting to do stuff. Low protein might keep you not just hungry, but also hungry on the anxiety side. And for ADHD folks, it really might be the reason, like low protein diet, low protein consumption, especially for breakfast, why you can't focus. Like your dopamine levels are already not optimized, and now you are not giving the building blocks to your body and brain to build that dopamine. And guess what happens? You have lower levels of dopamine and you really can't focus then. So if you are a high charging entrepreneur who wants to do a lot, but your drive doesn't kind of last long, well, look into your protein consumption. And my simple hack to the amount, now which foods contain the most protein, you can Google it. I highly recommend to at least half of your protein to come from animal-based sources, and make sure that you are consuming total volume of your protein. And that is about 1 gram per pound of body weight. That's the grams of protein that you need to consume per day, or about 2 grams per kilogram of body weight. So let's say if you are 70 kilos, you need to eat 140 grams of protein. That is roughly, maybe a little bit less if you are active, maybe a little bit more. If you're a tall guy who works out a lot, probably more. If you are a female who doesn't work out all that much, maybe less. By the way, folks, did you know that protein, if you don't consume enough of that, the body will not be able to sustain a lot of lean body mass, and so you can end up being kind of flabby because you do not eat enough protein, and that again can contribute to your confidence and or lower levels of it and not doing much. Number 3 thing that is important about protein, it helps your body to maintain a regular blood sugar by also slowing down your digestion and allowing you to not be hungry for longer. And blood sugar regulation, maintaining a regular blood sugar, is also very important for your focus, your ability to focus, your ability to stay productive, and also to feel good while approaching challenges. Like blood sugar, you might feel anxious or foggy or just low on energy or not up for it just because your blood sugar is all over the place. And actually, protein helps you to maintain more balanced blood sugar. They always say, like, if you want to maintain more balanced blood sugar for any given meal, then eat your protein first, eat your fiber first, and then eat anything that is richer in carbohydrates, and that will help you to maintain that steady blood flow for longer and prevent super high blood sugar spikes that will lead to lack of focus, very often fogginess, energy all over the place, and inability to focus continuously. Right, so the purpose of today's podcast, folks, was to bring to you the awareness that a lot of entrepreneurs you admire, a lot of highly productive people, they cover their protein, maybe sometimes getting in a good quality shake here and there, maybe just knowing their macros and eating, those protein pancakes with protein, yogurt, and cereal for the Crunch and Russell Brunson does, or just simply like I myself, for example, for my breakfast, I would eat 60 grams of protein with tuna, with sardines, with eggs, and plus on the top I have like a cup of beans that also a portion of plant-based protein that I don't even count towards the total amount, but you get the idea. So productive, focused, driven brain likes protein. It needs protein to create things like dopamine, but also things like serotonin that contributes to your confidence. So if you want more of that drive, focus, getting things done, especially if on the side of ADHD, then you need to look into your protein consumption first. Figure out your number, your body weight in kilograms multiplied by 2 or in pounds by 1. And then Google, different kinds of foods. Animal foods have the better quality protein and they have more of it per volume of food. So look up in Google different foods that you can be adding into your diet to get the amount of protein you need, and things like chicken, turkey, beef, and salmon, and fish, but also eggs and high protein yogurt have all the amino acids, and you can easily hit your protein number with whole foods just by eating those foods. But also you can add shake. Just make sure if you're going for a plant-based that it has all the amino acid. If you're going for whey, it already has all the amino acids. So, and that will help your brain to stay more driven, more productive, and focused. And that's about it, folks. That's what I wanted to focus on today. Tomorrow, the day after, stay tuned. We are going to bring a short clip from my conversation with Emily Balcetis, I believe actually her last name, where we're going to talk about how you can use your mental focus to increase your energy instantly. Like, for example, you need to do a workout, you need to finish this long presentation or piece of code, or you just need to get through something and feel like you have more energy. There is a hack that you can use, focus switching hack that you can use to increase your energy instantly. Olympic medalists already use it. So folks, I'm gonna share it with you also. A clip on procrastination from the class that I did a couple of weeks ago also is coming. So stay tuned for that, for instant energy by switching your focus and canceling procrastination, based on some neuroscience secrets that I also learned from digging deeper into a lot of coming research that is coming out. But today, figure out your protein number, figure out where you're getting that consistently for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because guess what, guys? When you need to be focused, that's before that bout of work, you need to get your protein. So get it for breakfast and get shit done during the day. Not like, barely making it through the day and then at night you have the protein, and maybe that's why you want to do a lot more. Like a lot of entrepreneurs tell me, I feel the most drive at night. Well, maybe it's because your nutrition is shit during the day, and then at night you give your brain finally what it needs, and that's why you feel the drive. Have you ever thought about that? And on that note, I'm going to leave you with the protein number. And if you learned something useful on this podcast, always share it with people maybe who are struggling with focus, with ADHD, with drive that is not lasting. Share this. This will help a lot of other people to realize their dreams, to build their businesses, and it will help me to spread this information to many more folks, and finally let folks know that protein is not just for muscles, it's for a highly productive brain. What a mind-blowing news. So folks, please reach out if you have any questions, and have a productive day. Figure out your protein number.